On June 12, 2025, Air India Flight AI-171, a Boeing 787-8 Dreamliner, tragically crashed shortly after takeoff from Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel International Airport in Ahmedabad, India. The aircraft was en route to London Gatwick Airport. This incident marked the first fatal crash involving the Boeing 787 since its introduction in 2009. Apparently, there were 230 passengers and 12 crew members. Approximately 241 on board, at least 38 on the ground have died before losing communication. A mayday call was issued, but no further contact was made. The plane crashed near a medical college, causing a massive fireball and thick black smoke. One person luckily survived in the crash, but will media let him breathe in peace? Obviously no. There is literally no civic sense in the media. They were literally troubling the guy who almost fought for his life. It was clear in the video that he needed rest. But no, these people have to be present there just to know how he survived, as if it's more important to know than to know the reason of the crash. The Directorate General of Civil Aviation has initiated a detailed investigation into the crash. Preliminary assessment suggests that the aircraft's emergency power generator, known as the ram air turbine, was activated before the crash, indicating a possible dual-engine failure, a rare occurrence in modern aviation. The black boxes have been recovered and authorities are analyzing flight data, maintenance records and witness accounts to determine the exact cause. Only after gathering the information from the black box we can know what exactly happened. In the aftermath, Air India has cancelled several international flights and grounded numerous Dreamliners for inspections. The DGCA has mandated comprehensive safety checks across Air India's fleet of 33 Boeing 787 aircraft, focusing on maintenance practices and internal coordination, while no major safety concerns have been found in the 24 aircraft already inspected. The airline faces significant operational disruptions. This incident has also raised questions about Boeing's safety record, as it is the first fatal crash involving the 787 model. Investigations are ongoing to determine if there were any designs or manufacturing issues contributing to the failure. The crash of Air India flight is a devastating tragedy that has affected numerous families and communities. As investigations continue, the aviation industry is closely monitoring developments to understand the cause and prevent future occurrences. But still, there are lots of questions that has been raised. When the pilot declared the mayday, why ATC didn't respond at that moment? Why would two engines fail at the same time? Or is it possible the plane control system was hacked? Did anyone attempted a cyber attack? The former Chief Minister of India's state of Gujarat, Vijay Rupani, was also present there. Should it be investigated from a political angle? Anything could have happened. We don't know. But the biggest possibility we can see is the manufacturing fault. And who manufactured it? Boeing. For decades, Boeing has been a symbol of American engineering, a titan of the skies. Its planes carry millions safely across the globe every day. But beneath the polished exterior lies a series of disturbing truths. A story not just of mechanical failure, but of corporate negligence and the devastating cost of cutting corners. This isn't just about airplanes, it's about lives, hundreds of them lost not because of fate, but because of failure that were preventable, avoidable, and known. It began to unravel in 2018. Lion Air Flight 610 crashed into the Java Sea, killing all 189 on board. 5 months later, Ethiopian airline flight 302 goes down in eerily similar fashion. Another 157 lives lost. The culprit? A flawed flight control system called MCAS, installed without proper pilot training, without clear documentation, and without a working safety override. The MCAS system wasn't just a software glitch, it was part of a rushed effort to beat Airbus to market. Boeing hid key information from regulators. Engineers inside the company warned about the disaster, but they were ignored. Boeing blamed the pilots. The FAA stayed silent, and 346 people paid the ultimate price. Boeing knew. Their own engineers warned of the risk. Emails later revealed the truth. This airplane is designed by clowns, supervised by monkeys, but Boeing pushed forward. Why? To save time, to save money, to beat Airbus. Basically, there is only two companies that make airplanes. One is Boeing, an American company, and the other one is Airbus, owned by European company. There could be a debate that why only two countries rules the airspace. Once China tried to enter the airspace but they failed, and because of this monopoly in the market, both the company tried to defeat each other. But at what cost? Just to defeat the other company, if you are playing with life, then you need to be held accountable. People aren't paying you millions just to die. Inside Boeing, a darker culture was growing, one that valued profits over people. In 2020, a US House investigation concluded Boeing made a series of fundamentally flawed assumptions, and the FAA failed in its oversight. This wasn't a mistake, it was a betrayal. The FAA, tasked with protecting passengers, let Boeing sign off on its own safety. It was a case of regulatory capture. The watchdog became the lapdog. And then came the Dreamliner, the 787 that was supposed to be the future. But inside, its sleek designs were dangerous flaws. A marvel of modern engineering plugged with manufacturing defects. Reports emerged of shoddy inspections, misaligned fuselage panels, and electrical system issues. Hundreds of 787s were grounded. Planes were delivered with quality issues hidden behind corporate silence. Safety, once Boeing's badge of honor, was now a question mark. And then came June 12, 2025. Air India flight AI-171, a Boeing 787 Dreamliner, takes off from Ahmedabad. It never makes it out of Indian airspace. Moments after takeoff, both engines fail. A mayday call is sent. The plane crashes into a residential area. 241 on board and at least 38 on the ground gone. The first fatal Dreamliner crash. A generation of doctors, students, families lost in an instant. This wasn't just another accident. This was the first fatal Dreamliner crash, and it raised the same question again. What did Boeing knew? What did they ignore? Boeing said it would cooperate, and if cooperation means manipulating the evidence, then they better don't help. Air India grounded its plane, but for many the question remains, why does this keep happening? And why hasn't anyone been truly held accountable? Internal messages shows engineers under pressure, managers dismissing warnings. A company that once let engineers lead, now run by accountants and lobbyists. From the 737 MAX to the Dreamliner, the warning signs were clear, and yet Boeing flew forward blindly. This isn't just a story about crashes, it's a story about responsibility, about the lives lost because of unchecked ambition, regulatory failure, and corporate greed. It's a story still being written, and the world is watching. Accountability isn't always about punishment, it's about justice, it's about truth, it's about making sure this never happen again. 346 died in the MAX crashes, 241 more in Air India flight. Children, parents, students, doctors gone forever. Not because of weather, not because of pilot error, but because a corporation decided speed mattered more than safety. Boeing says it's learning from its mistakes. We owe it to the victims to make sure that's true. And it's high time Boeing must be held accountable, not just for the past, but for the future of everyone who steps on a plane.